Everyone, this is the Bernardo Bay Trail here in the northern part of San Diego County. It's not a long trail. It's only about, I don't know, just under 3 miles. But, and you know, I wouldn't come here as a destination hike, but it's right off of the I-15, right off one of the exits. There's plenty of parking. So if you're on the interstate, you want to brake, you're avoiding traffic, you just want to stretch your legs, this is a great option. You can hear how loud the birds are over there on Lake Hodges. It's a beautiful loop hike that goes along the lake, beautiful views of the lake, plenty of birds here, wildlife spotting, and you get back to the start. And it's pretty easy, not a lot of climbing, if any, just a little ups and downs, but really, really beautiful hike that I do recommend doing if you're going up and down the 15. It's worth making a stop for. If you want to do it, just go to HikingGuy.com, where I have all the information on where to get off and where to park and blah, 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 the not so fun stuff. But otherwise, let me show you the turn-by-turn directions for this beautiful loop hike here.
All right, so we're going to start this loop hike from the parking lot at the community park, not the parking lot for the trail system, which is usually pretty crowded, and this parking lot is pretty massive. And I have all the information for that on the article, so don't worry about it right now. Go check it out before you go. And we're just going to walk down the street, and in a minute or two, we're going to see the entrance to the park here. There's some park signs telling you to watch out for the usual suspects, rattlesnakes, dragons, elephants, all of those fun things. We're going to make the left and head down towards the main trail system here. All of the trails on this hike are very easy to follow. Some of them are narrow, some of them are wider, but they're all pretty easy. Then when we come to this junction, we're going to bear left there and head down towards the lake area. And we're going to go straight here. We're going to avoid this turn off to the left over there and keep going straight. You can see the trail is pretty wide at this point. The trail is shared with mountain bikers and trail runners and dog walkers, so keep your eyes and ears open as you hike. At this junction, we're going to bear left once again, head down towards the lake. In the beginning, probably 15 minutes, is not super exciting. It kind of goes through this coastal scrub area here as we approach the lake, but after that, it's pretty much all lakeside until we get towards the end. We're just going to head straight here at this little loop cutoff. We're going to take the loop down to the left here and hike down towards the lake. You're going to be able to start to see the lake at this point as we come around. There's the lake right there. And if you look in there, you're going to be able to see lots of wildlife. This area was declared an important, globally important bird area by the Audubon Society in 1999. And it is packed with birds as it was on this day. When we come around the loop trail here, we're going to rejoin the main trail and head left as we get closer to the lake. At this point, you'll be close enough to actually see birds. There's a merganser, some egrets in the background. And in the winter, as I was saying, this is packed with birds. Thousands and thousands of migratory birds are here. On this day, I saw white pelicans, I saw hawks, I saw pretty much everything, all the usual suspects here in Southern California. It's also home to the California gnatcatcher, which is a endangered species. So keep your eyes open for that. I'm just going to go straight, and from here on out, we're really going to be hiking along the side of the lake as we go here. Now, there's allegedly a sea monster who lives in there named Haji. So be careful, like a Loch Ness monster kind of character. I have a link to Haji's website on the guide too, if you want to check it out. When you come to this rock area, you'll see some fencing up there, which is a protected habitat area. And then down by the lake, we're just going to go straight through this rocky area. And it goes without saying that you're not going to want to go off of the trail here. This is all a very critical habitat for local wildlife, so please respect that and stay on the trails. There are some little trails that you can see here that go down to the water, which is right after that rocky section. So if you do want to go down to the water, do it there. And obviously be respectful of the wildlife that you see here. Now you're going to kind of go away from the lake for a little bit here, and we're going to go to the left at this point as the trail loops inland a little bit. And you can see there's a trail sign. We're going to head towards the bridge at this point here. And just keep going straight around. And after a few minutes, we're going to come back to the side of the water right here, the water side. You can see we're pretty close once again. You can also see the water levels are pretty low. It's a little bit brown. In the spring, it's a nice time to come here because you can see the water's generally higher. There is a little bit of shade, not too much. So don't go do this in the middle of the summer, in the middle of the day. It'll be pretty hot, pretty unbearable. Now we're going to go along the south bank of the lake here. That's Woodson Mountain in the distance, home of Potato Chip Rock, which is probably about a 20-minute drive away from here, 15, 20 minutes. I'm going to go straight along the southern side of the lake, and eventually we're going to come back to the road. If you came off the I-15, this is the road that you came off of. We're just going to go left and then up onto the road, and there's a short stretch on the bike path. This is really the only hill on the hike going up here, and it's probably lasts you about 5 minutes walking up that paved path. Eventually we'll come to the official parking lot of the trail system here. You can see it's pretty crowded. Sometimes you can grab a spot in here, but generally the other parking lot that I mentioned is easier. We're going to go to the end of the parking lot, and at the very end here there is an entrance to the trail system. We're going to go around here, and there's a trail board down there if you want to read about any notices, or at this point it's probably too late, but read anything about the latest developments of the trail, you could do it there. And then right after that trail board, there's an intersection here. We're going to make the left onto the smaller trail, which will take us right back to the parking area at the community park where we parked earlier. And after a minute or two, we're going to come out right here back at the parking lot, and that will finish the loop hike here at Bernardo Bay.
So that's it. That's a hike. Again, fun little loop. Beautiful way to take a break when you're on the I-15. Anywho, if you're watching this on YouTube, I have a link to the full guide with all the information right under the video. And if you are watching on YouTube, if you could give me the little thumbs up, I always appreciate that. That helps me out a ton. And if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments. I do my best to answer them all. But otherwise, if you're going up and down the I-15, make sure you look this one up and give it a whirl. All right, guys. See ya.